friends, welcome back to the channel. We've had, like I'm sure most of the rest of the US, some really nasty weather since the beginning of the year. We've had snow, freezing temperatures, below freezing temperatures. Within the same week we had a temperature of -1 and a high of 50. Then the snow melted and the rain came and really hasn't stopped since. So today I'm just gonna do a quick perimeter check, really, just to see how much this rain has been impacting us so far, see if we have any issues that we need to fix. And I'm gonna walk down into our woods down to the creek. I don't know if y'all can hear it right now on the camera, but I can hear it. I haven't been down there. It's been a couple of months, but that creek was bone dry, y'all. So I'm interested to see how high it's gotten. But I'm gonna take y'all along with me. Hopefully we don't get stuck in the mud anywhere. I'm just over here checking out the beehive. I'm not gonna open it up. It's still too cold. And y'all may be thinking, well, that's not good. You have dead bees. Well, we do, but it's completely normal. You know, the life cycle of a bee, a honeybee, is not very long. And during the winter, if there are any deaths, or not if, but when any of the bees die inside the hive, there are actually worker bees in there that act kind of as pallbearers, and they will escort the deceased bees out. I'm just trying to make sure nothing's really plugged up their entrance there. But yeah, so it's completely normal if you're raising bees and it's your first year in the winter and you come out and see dead bees on your porch. Completely normal. Ooh, branch. Hopefully nothing to worry about for us. This is our first year, our first winter with bees, and there are no guarantees in beekeeping. Hopefully when we open up that hive for the first time in the spring, we'll have loads of healthy bees making more bees. But goodness, y'all, we have to do so much with this property this year once Dirk's home. Banana, what are you doing, silly girl? I didn't think you came this far except for at night. Oh, you came for the good grass, didn't you? Anna, where's Brownie? Huh? I actually, if I think about it when I walk over there, I'll show y'all. But before church this morning, when I was taking care of feeding some of the critters, I opened up the hay barn. There's a lot of rabbit pellets over here. Is this where you like to hang out during the day now, darling? To get away from Brownie? But I actually probably need to put her some pellets, get her some pellets out here. She was pulling fur quite a bit in the hay barn. And we all know what that means. Pregnant rabbit. I don't know if she's given birth. Like I said, I didn't really have a lot of time this morning to check on it, but what I'm gonna do real quick before I go around, I'm just gonna get some pellets in a little bowl for her and put it under the trailer for her. Hopefully she'll still be over there. She's really good about coming up to me in the morning times if she's needing food or water, aside from, you know, her grass and hay. But on mornings, like when I have church or something, there's Brownie. On mornings when I have church, she doesn't typically come out when it's dark. Or, okay, let me rephrase that. I see her out all the time when I'm out at night doing checks or early morning before it's daylight, but she doesn't normally come up to me for food or water anything at those points in time. Not when it's still dark out. I'm not really sure why that is, but let's see. She'll take some of these. She looked like she was chowing down on that grass pretty heavily. And obviously that's one thing that I've noticed with the other rabbits when they get pregnant. Their pellet consumption increases a lot. Hi, sweetheart. You want some pellets, darling? Good girl. Such a good bunny. Y'all, I'll still get comments from people that maybe have seen a short for the first time with Vanna being a free-range rabbit. It's so crazy to believe. She's been free-range since she was, what, 4 or 5 weeks old when she escaped the first time, a couple days older when she escaped the second time. And she's been a free-range bunny for, I want to say it's over 8 months now. Hey, sweetheart, you're a good girl. Good girl. But here, we'll see if, here, come this way. Come on, come on. Just want to get it a little bit, not quite as out in the open. And I try not to leave food dishes out around for her, just because if her or Brownie don't finish the pellets, I don't want a raccoon or a possum or something coming around at night in areas where they frequent. So I'll come and remove that dish a little later. My poor chickens. I know, Goldie, it's awful. Their food barn stays dry. Their run does not. The other day, they practically had to swim across it to get in there. I'll bring you a treat a little bit later, ladies. Lost my train of thought there. But yeah, I can't wait to get our hoop coop started. I know I've been talking about that for quite a while now. And we just haven't. I better go grab another battery before I head down to the woods. Never fails. Whenever I have extras, I never need them. Whenever I don't, I need them very quickly. Well, that's the little, what, robin's egg on the porch. We're gonna have to get up there at some point and board the rest of that up. Birds like to get in there on both sides. And snakes too, if you recall that short. All right, got my extra battery. Gosh, just and I mean, I try not to complain about the weather too much. Y'all might find that hard to believe, but it's just one of those where when we finally got out of the freezing temperatures, I was so happy just because of the rabbit waters. Not having to deal with them freezing anymore. But I mean, it's good for it to stay cold and freeze in winter and stay frozen until it's time to warm up again. This going back and forth between temperatures and weather conditions is something else, but we are definitely not unique in having to deal with this. Okay, I thought I left that unlocked this morning, or unplugged. But yeah, just this area here. I think what Dirk is wanting to do is to get a bunch of crushed gravel down here to kind of plug up some of this mess. And don't even get me started about in there, y'all. I had to give them some food this morning. And I'm about to the point where I'm afraid to get in there because I'm afraid the mud's gonna come up in my boots. That's how deep it is in there. But the pigs are in the house sleeping. I'll get in there here after a while and slop them down some more food, but let's start heading to the woods. All right, guys. Getting down here is not too bad. So, ooh. Now I will have to request that if I do fall, that y'all don't laugh too hard. Because it is squidgy and gross. Of course, I'm taking y'all down here right now when the greenery is not up, and you can see the mess that we have to clean up down here. Ooh. That's one thing, when the weather had warmed up a little bit, I was really hoping that I could get out and get a few hikes in, but then obviously it started raining. And while I really do rather enjoy hiking when it's a little wetter outside than completely dry dirt, I don't like hiking in mud. I don't know if it'll be this year or next year, but I promise, guys, we're wanting to get down here and get some areas cleaned out. I still want to have myself a little camping area down here. Hopefully you can see all that. But first and foremost, this summer sometime we'll have to get a dump truck. Not a dump truck, a big old trash receptacle down here, and dumpster, that's the word I was looking for. So that we can get that area over there cleaned up. And there's a lot of other areas on the property that there's some stuff that just needs to be chunked in a dumpster and call it a day. Wow. Yeah, I'll have to look to see when the last time I was down here and took a picture. It had gotten a little bit of water back in it before we went to Texas in January at the beginning of this month, but okay. It's definitely not as crazy as I expected it to be from the sound. Like, you know, the creek is ripping and roaring when you walk out your front door and you can hear it. But I do gotta say, y'all, it is nice seeing water down here again. It's kind of scary when it gets into the drought times. This year was only the second year that the creek became bone dry that I've seen. I know it's happened in years before, but in the, 5 years since I've been here, I've only seen it happen twice, or 2 years. But you can kind of see the water falling down there from up top. Oh, I can't wait for nice weather to get back down here, hunt for some more hagstones, and the likelihood of me finding one today in just these few rocks I can see is very slim. I am pretty good at spotting them, but yep. I definitely expected it to be a little crazier, but I'm glad to see water down here again. And of course it doesn't matter much right now because our bees are staying in their hive since it is still cold outside. But it's really tough for the bees during the summertime. If we do hit a drought like that and the creek dries up, the creek's close enough, they can come down here and get water whenever they want. But if it gets as dry as it was, excuse me, a couple months ago, come this summer, we'll definitely have to get them some type of watering place up there closer to their hives. The only thing you want to make sure to watch out for there is if gotta watch out for other critters, birds. That's one thing with the bird baths. I don't want birds coming along trying to eat or kill my bees. I think Dirk said that purple martins. We've been trying to get purple martins for a couple of years and we have not been successful, but I think we're pulling back on that for now, because where we were wanting to have their nest and where we have it set up is pretty close to the bees. So I think we're gonna go a different route there, but yeah, I'm overall satisfied. I mean, didn't really see any issues around the property other than just mud. Greenhouse looks good, the roof and everything. No tearing, anything like that. The water at the store, we still haven't really attempted to fix that. We just still have it turned off there at the, ooh, I need to pay attention to where I'm walking instead of the camera. I get slapped in the face with some briars. All right, we made it back up, y'all. Looks like Daisy's out. Hi, ladies. What you got on your nose, Maisie? You better not get into that fence. He'll get you. Hey, Hudson. Where's Piggy Smalls? Huh? Hey, Piggy Smalls. Y'all need me to throw you some more food, don't you? Y'all, our pigs are getting big. Don't get into the fence, Daisy. You know better. Maisie. And would you believe it? I was at the dollar store again and I forgot to get them cookies. I guess I can go ahead and get another bucket of food thrown down for them. Show you just how muddy it is in here. And then you can promptly laugh if I fall or if they take me down. Okay. We ended up having to get some pig feed from Rural King the other night when our grinding video here was not successful. We are going to be taking some more corn down to the feed mill tomorrow to get several more bags ground up for them. And then it probably won't be until the next 7 days that Papa Bear's off before we work on this again. And I just want to thank everybody that commented on that video, on the grind and pulley video, with suggestions. I think that between getting the tractor straightened out a little bit more and making some changes in the pulley, I think that we'll be fine and we'll be able to knock it out, no problem. But I'm gonna set y'all right here and go slop them some feed. Fence is on. Gonna move. Oh my goodness, y'all. A little less sludgy right here. Did y'all see that? My goodness, the mud is awful. Yeah. have had to wash off my boots at the house faucet spigot before I can go inside. During the summer, we just leave our boots on the porch. But this time of year with the rain, between the rain and everything, it's really not convenient to have to go put on your muck boots and have them be filled with water because rain's gotten in them on the porch. But collect my buckets while I'm down here. Left them both down here this morning. But yeah, how's everybody else faring out there with the random weather wherever you are? I'm sure if you're farming or if you have animals to feed, take care of, I'm sure you're not having much fun in this either. But let me know how it is where you're at. And goodness. And that's the other problem, y'all, with the weather being kind of as it is. It's cold. It's in the low 40s today. But y'all, it's kind of humid. So I'm out here. I just have my leggings on and a hoodie and then this jacket, but I'm starting to sweat. And I know as soon as I take off this jacket, I'm gonna get cold. But yeah, this lifesaver. Cause y'all, I really couldn't care less if mud gets on my floor. But the problem with being in that pig pen and all that mud is that it's not all mud. And I made that mistake one day where I went inside and took my boots off inside, and I left, went somewhere, came back a couple hours later, and my entire house smelled like a pig turd. Well, I'm here. My mailbox is twisted. Don't know how that happened exactly. Oh, it just... Goodness. It's not the mailbox itself, it's the post, because it's sinking in the mud. Well, friends, thanks for tagging along with me on today's adventure. I know I didn't really do much, but gives you just another little insight into how our yard works or looks and what we have to deal with when the weather gets nasty like this. And now I think that it's time for me to hit all the critters aside from the pigs, since I just got them taken care of, check on all the rabbits and chickens and everything. I like to do that after church on Sundays. I worked camera, so on the days when I work camera, I'm there 5-6 hours depending on how early I get there. So it's really early and really dark when I take care of the animals in the morning before church. So I get home and I do another complete run through to make sure I didn't miss anything in the morning. But I'm gonna hop on that and I'm gonna end this one here. Thank y'all as always for everything, and like we like to say here on Momma Bear's Homestead and More, keep on keeping on, because we love every one of you.